The outside things don't work, and they don't work because we all have something called a happiness set point. And when I learned this, I was so excited because I wasn't born happy. And I actually grew up, I had a great family, I had great life circumstances, but I had a dark cloud around me. And I was an unhappy kid, I was an unhappy teenager. But I was very fortunate because I had a father who was the happiest person I've ever met in my life. He passed away when he was 91, about 6 years ago, but he was the perfect, the ultimate, the epitome of being happy for no reason. And I remember one day I was about 19, and he and I were driving down the road together, and I looked at him and I said, "Okay, Dad, what's your best advice for me for life?" And he looked at me and he said 4 words. He said, "Honey, just be happy." And I threw my arms up into the air in frustration. I said, "Oh, Dad, that's easy for you to say. You were born that way." But I wasn't. What do I do? And he looked at me and he said 4 more words. He said, "Honey, I don't know." And at that point I realized some people are born that way. For the rest of us, including me, we have to learn how to become happy. And that's when I dedicated my life to finding out what I could do, what you could do, what anyone could do to raise what's called your happiness set point. And this is the coolest thing. Research has now found that we all have a set point. And no matter what happens to us, whether it's good or bad, we will hover around our happiness set point. People, for example, who've won the lottery, you think, "Oh, well, that would certainly make me happy." It makes them happier for a couple of months. But within a year, they return to their original happiness set point. And the same is true of people who become paraplegic or people who have tragedies. Within a year, they also return to their happiness set point. So it's this set point that's the key to our happiness level. And the coolest thing is that we can raise our set point. There are specific habits, and I've delineated 21 happiness habits that anyone can practice to raise their happiness set point. And I know it works. Worked for me. I went from, I would say, a D+ in happiness to an A to an A-. You know, I'm still a work in progress. But it has made a huge difference in my life and in the lives of really thousands and thousands of people that I've shared this with.
I wonder if your dad was really born happy, if you asked him at birth. Because a lot of us had challenging childhoods. And in my case, I was happy sometimes, not happy sometimes. I remember a mixed bag. When I was in my mid-30s, several people said to me, "Happy? Why are you so incredibly happy? What is it?" So many people ask me that question because they would say, "I would be happy in a famine. I would be happy in a drought. I would be happy with nothing. I would be happy when things went wrong. If people would maybe take my bag and backpack and it's gone, I would be smiling." What was it? I decided to look within.
Mm-hmm.
That is what my book is based on. So it's interesting.
Great.
Bliss conscious communication is the communication starting with that self-talk.
Yes.
And how we talk to ourselves is often how we talk to others. And if it's not, it really could be. We have over 100 blissciplines.
Great.
Disciplines, of course, of how we can live a more blissful lifestyle. And I feel this conversation to me is really exciting because I'm learning about you as we speak. We are beginning to bliss you, Blissology University, and we'd be honored for you to be one of our first guest speakers.
Oh, I would be delighted. I would be honored to be one. What I feel like the world we all need more than anything now is that we need to raise our energetic vibration. And your happiness set point is really your energetic vibration. This is why I have such a dedication to this. When we live more at the energy of unconditional happiness and unconditional love, then we are truly, I think, doing the most we can possibly do to help change the world. Everyone is interested in making a contribution to the world, and our own happiness is the basis of that. In fact, there's a beautiful Chinese proverb. May I share it with everyone?
Please do.
It goes like this. It says, "When there is light in the soul, there will be beauty in the person. When there is beauty in the person, there will be harmony in the house. When there is harmony in the house, there will be order in the nation. And when there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world." And that is it. My prayer, my wish for every single one of us is that we experience that light in our souls, that happiness in our lives, that truly authentic kind of inner state of peace and well-being. And through that, we're able to help contribute the most to this planet of ours. This is really what it's about. And it's, as you know, I know you know this, it's really a whole mind, body, spirit,
It's a
emotional
lifestyle.
state. It's a lifestyle. It's in the physiology. Happiness is not an airy-fairy state. There's a physiological basis for it. We can tell there's certain brain activity going on with happy people. There's heart rhythm patterns. You know, you're in more heart rhythm coherence. You have a different biochemistry. I mean, this is why diet is so important. The foods that we eat, eating greens,
Drinking greens.
yeah, you know, having a more alkaline system. All of these are very major contributors to living in a state of greater happiness.
And having a close relationship with nature.
Yes.
And sufficient sleep. And it goes on and on. Loving our body temple.
Yes.
With meditation and exercise
Right.
and rest. And then that combination of that delicate balance that everyone has their own special equation of introversion and extroversion.
Yes.
That it mutually feeds us, feeds each other, feeds society.
Yeah.
And so that everyone is nourished.
Yeah.
And then we create this bubble of blissful relations around us, and we're feeding off of each other.
Mhm.
That is so fantastic, is it not?
Absolutely. And you know, we are social creatures, and we pick up on the emotions of the people all around us all day long. It's called emotional contagion. They say that we become the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So, you know,
Even regarding wealth.
regarding wealth, everything. And, you know, so my question is, do you want to be the kind of person that when you walk in the room people light up, the room lights up, or that when you walk out of the room lights up? I think we all want to be the kind where the room lights up in our presence.
That reminds me, Dr. Jacob Lieberman, who I interviewed yesterday,
Mhm.
is culminating a study on our twinkle factor, on the sparkle that we emit when we see someone. Why is it that certain people have a certain sparkle in their eye?
Mhm.
It's this inner glow, and how can we achieve that? How can we enhance our inner sparkles? What's happening is there's been a lot of study right now on happiness, on loving kindness, on how our real wealth is what we cultivate from within us,
Yes.
and how we can share that with others in so many exciting ways.
Yeah, I love that. The most exciting thing that I'm working on right now, we are so ripe for this. I have created a program of love ambassadors. These are people who are trained to deliver my Happy for No Reason program. It's called the Happiness Course, or the Love Course, based on Love for No Reason. And they have all the materials. I've trained them so that they can go deliver programs based on this. And I'm loving that we're creating a whole group of family of love ambassadors. So if you feel called in any way to become a love ambassador, please join us.
And I feel honored to be in the embassy itself.
Yes, thank you.